Hello, friends. So I'm not pulling a ring this time. I'm actually going to talk about the Easter present, one of the Easter presents my son got me. It's called TableTopics, and you can get, he got it at Barnes & Noble, but you can get it at TableTopics.com. I'll put a link down below. I have no affiliation with them. It looked really interesting. My sons are older, so they didn't really want candy or anything. So my son loves to read, and I love to read, so we said we would go to Barnes & Noble. We'd each pick out something, and then we'd swap. I picked out something cheap because he's a kid. Of course, he picks out something not cheap because I'm the mom. But it was a lot of fun. So he had picked out, I had picked out this, and then a journal that I liked, that a manifestation or meditation journal or something. They were both on sale because I like the sale rack. But anyway, this is this cool cube, and like it has these topics in it. A lot of packaging, so I got rid of all that. I haven't read any, so I'm going to pick one together. Pick a few, that's what they say. Oh, God, print. Oh, it has like a famous person and then a question. Debbie Sterling. She's the founder of Goldie Blocks, a toy company that set out to break the traditional model of how toys were designed and marketed to girls. The toys the company creates teach girls to develop problem-solving skills, become builders, and introduces them to the world of engineering through play. I have never heard of Debbie Sterling, so that's awesome. And that's something that I could use in Girl Scouts. I do a lot of kind of engineering-ish kind of things in the work that I do in my full-time job, so that's awesome. Which toy is your oldest and best loved? That's the question on the back. So there's like a question on the back, and then there is this little like ditty about this person. Which toy is your oldest and best loved? Well, when I was young, I had all brothers, and I lived in a neighborhood of mostly boys. And I really wanted this doll that came with, like, all this stuff, because I didn't have dolls. I played with my brother's toys. And that's what I really wanted when I was a kid. But the thing that I remembered the most, like the toy that I really remember the most, my father had made me a dollhouse. And it must have come, like, it was in a kit of some kind. But my father worked swing shift at the Bethlehem Steel, and he often worked double shifts. So, like, he would work 3 to 11, then work 11 to 7. And so he would come home exhausted from work and would build this dollhouse. And I believed in Santa at the time. So when I got it, the roof wasn't finished, but there was like a little note on it from Santa asking my dad to help because the elf got sick that was supposed to finish the roof. And I always wish that I knew what had happened to it. I don't think it survived. I think it wasn't probably made really well. It was probably like from Kmart or something, and it wasn't like, but I loved that dollhouse. Like, I love that dollhouse, and I love the memory of the dollhouse. And I just, now that I'm an adult and I know what my father had to do to put that dollhouse together, I would say that that is my oldest and best loved toy. Shall I pick one more? Let's pick one more. How much time do I have? 3 minutes. We'll pick one more. I'll pick randomly. Oh, well, we got 2. I guess we're meant to do 2. All right. Isabel Allende. She's a writer whose books have been translated into more than 30 languages. In 2004, she was inducted into the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and President Obama awarded her with the 2014 Presidential Medal of Freedom. I can promise you that women working together, linked, informed, and educated, can bring peace and prosperity to this forsaken planet. Isabel Allende. Amen, Elizabeth Allende. What would a society designed by women look like? That's an interesting question, and I teach women authors, so I think I'm going to totally steal this question and attribute it to the game, of course, but that's a really great question, because there are matriarchal societies. We see it in the animal kingdom, and there are some. I think everybody would run around hitting each other with wooden spoons, because that's how my mom and her friends all managed the neighborhood. I mean, I think that's a bigger question I could answer in a quick video podcast, but women are different than men in the way that they compete. Like, we don't have to have bigger guns. Like, we have to have better casseroles, right? Like, that's the 1950s answer. I'd have to think about that more. I don't know what the answer is to that. But I would look at societies that are run by women and see. I would imagine that everybody takes care of the children, that there's not like, it's not the women only taking care of the children, it's the men too. but I would say that, like, everybody's responsible for hunting, and everybody's responsible for gathering, and everybody's responsible for care of people. That would be my guess. All right, last one. Oh boy. Nora Keegan. As a student in Canada, she ran a multi-year study and concluded that many hand dryers operate at levels that are clearly dangerous to children's hearing. She presented her findings in 2016 when she was 13. Her paper on hand dryer volumes was published in Pediatrics and Child Health. As a result, hand dryer manufacturers are making changes. I had absolutely no idea. What's the most annoying sound in the world? Well, I know that there are people who think that that most annoying sound is bagpipes. To heck with you. That's the best sound in the world. What is the most annoying sound in the world? I don't like loud, sharp, banging noises. Like when people like drop plates or something, or drop dishes or something. I could never work in a kitchen because like the banging, like I don't like those kind of scary noises. And it's funny because I do play the pipes and they are very loud. So it isn't necessarily the loudness, it's the surprise. I don't like surprise loud noises. And I also don't like nails on a chalkboard, that kind of thing. I think everybody doesn't, maybe, I don't like those high-pitched noises. Anyway, these are fun questions. And I guess you're supposed to pick one every day, but I've learned about Nora, Isabel, and Debbie, 3 amazing women. So, what a cool present that I picked out for myself. My kid was like, oh, Mom, like we get into Barnes & Noble and we go by like I've talked about this before if you've watched the video, but when I was a kid, like there was one little corner of one little bookshelf that had like the occult stuff in it, and like you were not allowed to go look at them. Like you could not go over there because holy smokes, your mother would not allow such a thing. And now they just have like a whole section of new age crap and all this stuff, crystals and stuff. So my kid walks by the aisle and he's a 6 foot something and he's a big boy. He's going, Mom, and he's like pointing down to like, the crystal books and stuff. So, the one that's in the front is Helen Keller. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. What are you thankful for? Well, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for this box. But a fun story about Helen Keller. When you're little and you want to like be somebody famous, everybody wanted to be like Wonder Woman and the Bionic Woman and stuff like that. I'm old. I wanted to be Annie Sullivan. She was Helen Keller's teacher. I like that little sign from Spirit. So I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for this box, and I'm wishing you all the very best in light and love. Be well. Bye-bye.